Hello and welcome to the D&B Movie Club for the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I thought I was going to get it. I was close.
Well, they rebranded it at some point. I don't know when. It was just called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
And then when it became a franchise, they slapped Indiana Jones in
So
front
I
of it.
have an initial question on this. Is this the first Indiana Jones movie?
Correct.
Okay, this is the first.
Not the first in the timeline,
Sure,
but the first movie
to come out.
come out.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense to me now.
Why?
Because, I mean, going into it, knowing that it's a big series,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Am I watching the first movie?
Yes.
Am I watching not the first
I
movie?
suppose I should have said that because
I mean,
you've never seen this movie before. Have you seen bits of it?
I have definitely at least seen bits of it. I just probably decades ago, and just I don't know what. I don't really remember what I saw. I don't remember if I saw the whole thing. I don't remember a lot of it. So, bits and pieces, definitely seen it. I'll say no.
I'm sure it's all over pop culture, so I mean, it's hard to not know who Indiana Jones is.
Yeah, I mean, I know who Indiana Jones is.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that's referenced to death in
Yeah.
other media, Family Guy, all this stuff.
Spaceballs.
Exactly.
This is not the first Indiana Jones movie that I have watched.
Ooh.
Crystal Skull.
Okay. Well, a lot. I have strong opinions on Crystal Skull, and they're not bad.
I
like Crystal Skull.
I don't think that it was as bad as a lot of people said it is.
Yeah, I think people get too hung up on it.
Like, to me, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Crystal Skull are surprisingly similar.
Don't compare the two. They don't compare to each other. I like Crystal Skull, but it is not on the same level as Raiders.
It's definitely not on the same level. I mean, I also saw the Crystal Skull in theater whenever it came out, so I don't actually remember it that well. But yeah,
I think we were just the right age for Crystal Skull, so that's
Probably.
why we like it.
probably. I don't know. I will say I really did enjoy Raiders of the Lost Ark.
As you should.
As
You're
I
welcome.
should. Yes, thank you.
It is the movie.
It's not. I'm not 100% Sunshine and Roses on it, but
Okay.
I will. What year did this come out?
81.
81. I'll give them a little bit of leeway on that.
It was, I believe, it was shot right after Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Because Empire came out in 80, and this is 81. So yeah.
Yeah. I'll give them a little bit of leeway because of when it came out, but also I'll be honest, some of those scenes were a little rough.
I mean, if you're talking about the CGI or the effects and the practical stuff, but I think this is a timeless movie. It holds up well. The fact that it's set in 1936 really helps with the timeless feel of it.
Yeah, I will say it does hold up extremely well.
Very well.
There are some decisions that I would not have made.
Really?
Yeah, really. We'll get to it because it's kind of at the midpoint of it.
See, in my eyes, and this might be because this is one of the movies that my dad showed me at a
Yeah.
very young age that I kind of remember him showing me, but it was just one of those movies that always was there, and I rewatched it to death, and just in my mind, this is as close to perfection as you can get in cinema.
I would disagree with that.
Yeah.
Now,
Those are the nostalgia glasses blinding me, but I just love this movie I love this franchise so much.
I have to say, kind of sort of going back to the time, I would say cinematography is like 93% there.
I love the shots in this movie. Like, just whenever they have Indy in a silhouette,
Okay, yeah.
it's just so good. Like in my opinion, the shot of the movie when they're trying to find the Well of the Souls and they're on the
mound,
on the fucking the dune or whatever, digging down, and it's just dusk or dawn. No, dusk. Which one? Yeah, dusk.
It's kind of dusk dawn.
It's the sun is setting and there's that orange sky in the background and it's just a silhouette of Indy and he's taking that thing off and he puts that on and it's just him and everyone's digging and it's just it's like it's so good.
Yeah.
I had to pause it and be like, look at that fucking shot, man. That's a shot.
I will say that's a good shot. Something that I was surprised with, because I guess I think that I've just never watched this, like, did something bite me or something? I don't know. Phantom Pain. What surprised me, it really surprised me, was how quickly they got to that, like, golden idol statue.
Oh, well, that's just the opening bit.
I know. Going into it, I thought that was like the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Definitely not the actual, Lost Ark or anything. But I guess it just kind of surprised me how quickly they went straight to that scene, because it's such an iconic scene with the bag of sand and all that kind of stuff.
The weighing it out, the bag of sand, the put down, and then fuck, and just to run with all the darts, and man.
Big criticism. He saw that boulder coming. He should have jumped under it.
I hear what you're saying, but I think that's just like human instinct of like,
run away.
I gotta get away from that.
Yeah.
But also, that doesn't look cool.
No, it doesn't. It would not look cool.
It doesn't look cool at all.
It's not the famous running away from a boulder scene.
Exactly.
So
they did that in, I want to say, one take.
I think you're right.
That was a, what was it? Was I think it was fiberglass or something.
Oh, and it broke.
And no, it was something heavy, and that if Harrison Ford got caught under it, he would have died.
Oh.
So like
they were like, we're not actually gonna do that again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they're like, they got to do it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a fucking fly swatter, because thing is pissing
I've got
me
a lot
off.
of fun facts about this movie because again, I've watched it so many times that I've got information.
Let me see if I can find that fucking fly.
Your hat works better.
Probably, because my hat, I might have got it. I probably didn't. I know that I didn't, but
speaking of the opening, the way this movie opens, the fact that you don't see Indy for like the first 3 to 4 minutes, where he's just walking around and you see the back of his head, you see the silhouette of him, and then not until someone tries to kill him does he come into frame.
Yeah.
It's just like, what a reveal shot.
I remember you see him walk down to the river, and it goes to somebody's face, and I'm like, wait a second, that's not Imbiab. I'm sorry. I think it was Chris Johnson, something. Can't remember his name. Comedian guy that made Imbiamba Jones.
No idea what you're talking
I'm sorry. I'll have to show it to you afterwards, but it's so funny that I'll have to show it to you afterwards, and I will probably use it instead of Indiana. I'm sorry, it's gonna
Indiana.
happen. Indiana. Yeah, I like how it, shows him walking up to the river, and then all of a sudden it's this guy's face who looks to be looking out at the river,
Sinister.
and then it's like, oh wait, that's not Indiana Jones, and then it cuts to the scene or to the
view of Indy, turns around, cracks his whip, pulls the gun away, the other dude runs away, and then it's just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
And I don't know if you know or if you clocked it or even know it, but the other guy who like follows him into the temple and all that is Alfred Molina of Dr. Octopus fame from Spider-Man 2.
No, I did not.
Yep.
Huh.
I think this is like one of his first acting roles.
Okay.
And then he dies stupendously.
Gets impaled and dies quickly.
Gone.
Just obliterated.
I love the opening because it sets up the tone and the pace of the movie so well because the opening moves fast.
Yep.
Like the rest of the movie. And it shows you like, oh, he's a treasure hunter and he's gonna go do this thing, and it's just so good.
Yeah. I mean, it really frames the movie, and even at the end of that, when Indy comes out of the cave or the whatever you want to call it, the temple, and then he gets apprehended by the German guy.
Belloc. Yeah, and it sets up Belloc very well.
Yep. And it's just like, oh, at every turn, this guy's here to...
I gotcha, Jones.
Not today. Today I take the golden statue.
And when he runs away from the Doritos, the Doritos people.
Doritos.
Yeah,
Doritos
the Doritos people. And he runs across the field, and Jock's sitting on the airplane, and he's like, start the engine, blah, blah, blah. You hear the plane start, and the noise you hear is actually the Millennium Falcon hyperdrive backfiring. It's a fun little Easter egg they included. The initial sound of it is like, pew!
Yeah.
And then the propellers start going. That's the Falcon.
I'm pretty sure that that sound effect is actually from a plane to begin with.
It's like a split second you hear just a little pew noise. That is the Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Not the whole, the propeller is an actual plane, but like there's just a little sound that sounds like it's backfiring a little bit, and that's the Falcon. There's a lot of nods to Star Wars in this.
Let me, because I know
I'm pretty sure it's that bit. It might be.
I know what you're talking about, where it goes like pure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think, because I know that a lot of the Star Wars sound effects come from planes and jets.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they're like, oh, this is actually a plane, so we'll just use it. But also, this is the Falcon.
But also, we use the exact sound effect that we used for the Falcon to also be for the plane.
Plane, yeah.
Let me check. Because I know there's a sound effect in Star Wars that's I think it's for the droids. That's the sound that your tires make when you turn them in the snow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I heard it a ton this winter.
Star Wars, they're in the same vein, so this is going to happen a lot. I apologize, audience, but Star Wars has a lot of unique sound effects like that.
Absolutely.
Because they had to literally make them out of nowhere. And we'll talk more about that when we inevitably cover Star Wars.
Someday.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We've already talked about it, and I'm sure. So, get ready for those.
So I know that the kind of electrical sound in it is from a 1928 biplane, inertia starter, dentist's airjet, an arc light motor, tank turret motors, rattling pipes. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that I think that specific sound is the 1928 biplane starter of going, and it would be like kind of really early for planes to have actual starters on them, but it was kind of necessary when propellers get big.
Well, what? It's 1936.
Yes. So a 1928 plane isn't
Yeah.
out of,
No.
and I think was it a biplane or was it?
I
It might have been.
don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Cause kinda. If as someone who doesn't know planes, I would look at that and be like, it's a biplane.
Is there
type.
a wing over the cockpit?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's a biplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two cockpits. There's the wing, and then it's got the water skis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that may actually just be the right sound effect to play for that plane.
Yeah.
And that was just like hey, this is the biplane sound that we used for the Millennium Falcon. And we're actually using it for a biplane.
It's specifically from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back when the hyperdrive backfires and fails.
Yeah, and it goes...
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Really cool sound effect. And it's just interesting to me how many sound effects... Because it's hard to make sound effects for space when we don't actually... I know, I'm sorry, this is getting into Star Wars again.
To clarify, for anyone who hasn't seen this movie, this is the brainchild, the creative brainchild or whatever of Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. George Lucas famously directed and wrote the Star Wars films, so there's a lot of elements from Star Wars in these movies.
Yeah. Screw the space opera, we're doing the 1936 opera.
Well, so this movie was born out of the fact that after Star Wars came out, George, whenever a movie released, he would go vacation in Hawaii to get away from the stress of it all. And who happened to be there but Steven Spielberg? So once the numbers came out and realized like Star Wars was going to be successful, George relaxed a little bit, and him and Steven were having a conversation, and Steven Spielberg told George that he had always wanted to direct a James Bond movie. And George was like, forget those films. How about one of these? And then pitched him Indiana Jones. And you can kind of see that DNA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched an older James Bond movie.
I've watched some of them, yeah.
But it kind of plays like they have the opening adventure, and then they have the initial thing that leads them into the next adventure, and then that next adventure is this big, long sequence of events and actions and set pieces.
Yeah. That makes a ton of sense.
With a suavish leading man who's, Indy is a little more rugged than Bond will ever be. But
I also have to say, the character of Indiana Jones, at least in this movie, is very Han Solo.
He's exactly, but also he's so much like Han Solo, but he's not Han Solo at the same time. Because I love Han. Han's great. And I mean this with all due respect, I love the character so much. Han's a bit of I don't want to say idiot. Moron, maybe, is the word I'm looking for.
A little bit, yeah.
Indy is a professor, you know.
He's smart. He knows most of what he's doing. I can't say that he knows what he's doing because he says he has no
I'm making this up as I go along.
But yeah, he's definitely more competent and decisive than Han Solo. Whereas Han Solo's competent, but he's not very, hey, we're going to do this, and this, and then this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
which is
I mean, they are the same character though. Like if you just look at them on paper.
yeah.
I mean, it also helps that it's Harrison Ford.
I mean, of course. It just sticks in my brain that Harrison Ford doesn't want to be remembered as Han Solo. He wants to be remembered as Indiana Jones.
I mean, this is what propelled his career forward.
Yeah.
Because Han Solo very much got him stuck in, like most people in those movies. In that movie, everyone got typecasted, and this broke his typecasting.
Yeah.
Even though it really is a lot of the same elements of the character, but he plays it so well. It's like, he's not just this. He's a suavish leading man.
Yeah, he can play this outside of just this setting, and you can,
and I love this role. I love this movie because it's a thing that eventually becomes a thing in modern movies. And I don't necessarily know if this is where it's kind of established, but it does start to happen more in the 80s. And it's the fact that Indy just gets the shit kicked out of him through this movie, and I love it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just
especially shot, maimed, punched, kicked, just like the moment when he's fighting the big German soldier around that airplane, and the guy comes over and it's like, come here, and he's just like, all right, calm down, I'm coming, and then he's just like reluctantly starts to fight this guy, and he just keeps getting punched and down. He's just like, I love it.
I do love that, because that German guy is just like, oh, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Hey, let's have a fight.
Exactly.
Not like, hey, I'm going to go kill this guy or anything like that. Just like, I want to fight him.
He's very enthusiastic about it, too. He's just like, we're fighting now.
Which is a little bit disappointing to me, because I love how the guy just like walks up to Indy, and instead of just starting to beat him, I love this whole sequence with the guy. Right up until the end. But I love that he just walks up to Indy and he's like, hey, we're going to fight now. And Indy's like, man, all right, I guess we're doing it.
I just love how he puts out his hand and it's just like, all right, calm down. Calm down, I'm coming.
The guy's just like, yeah, let's go for it. And then they fight. And I was a little bit disappointed of how it ended. Because, of course, the guy gets, chopped up into a bunch of little pieces in the propeller. And I was kind of hoping for Indy to be like, hey, look out for that thing. We can't finish the fight if you get chopped up.
No, Indy saw an opportunity and he took it.
Of course he saw an opportunity.
He's a smart guy.
And that was the smart thing to do. But, man, that guy really just wanted to fight. He didn't care about this whole Lost Ark or anything. He just wanted to tussle. That was such a great. I love that. Yeah.
Especially because the series of events that leads to them getting away with the Karen Allen, Maria Ravenwood, I think, right? Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I forget her name. I think it's Maria. Marion, sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie enough. It's Marion Ravenwood. Her taking out the other German soldier and then getting locked in the cockpit and his body falling forward and then unlocking the brake and the plane starts to move and then it hits the barrel and then the fire I forget how the fire started, and then the oil reaches the fire and it blows up the plane. The set pieces in this movie,
they are really cool.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I don't know how they wrote it, but it's almost like they wrote the movie around the set pieces.
I mean, there's probably a good chunk of that, because you build a set, you say, hey, this looks cool. Now, what are we gonna have them do?
Yeah.
How are we gonna do this? Which is, that's entirely possible. So we'll kind of get into my
I was gonna bring that up.
Semi gripes of the movie. So they go to. He gets from the beginning, gets back from that trip, He goes in, he says, "Oh man, they took another one right out from under me. Oh drat." He gets the thing about, "Oh hey, the Germans are doing this thing with the Lost Ark, and here talk to the people from the government."
I love the
Disposition.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the setup here of the Lost Ark and explaining it to these guys, thus explaining it to the audience. And actually, the guy in the suit with the mustache, the bigger fella,
Yeah.
is Porkins from Star Wars.
I feel like I knew that as like a little tidbit in the back of my head, but yeah.
And it just setting up the city of Tanis and the legend of the Ark and the fury of God and all that stuff. I love this world building shit. It's so simple and it moves fast, but it's also explaining it so well.
Yeah. To not skip details, but give you a reason to explain things like
exactly.
that. Yeah. My favorite part of Disposition is when he goes from in the plane to in the classroom the very next scene.
Yeah.
Just like talking about stuff, and he was like, yeah, here's why we did this here. And he's so deep into the actual archaeology part of it.
He loves it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just so funny that he's talking so much about archaeology and the like true deep science of it. But then he's also this guy in the wilderness with a whip.
He's very arcane for being an archaeologist. In fact, it's not just. I don't think it's discussed in like any of the 3 films, but in other parts of the history of Indiana Jones, it's very noted that like what Indiana Jones does isn't considered archaeology.
Yeah, of course it's not. But I do love that just kind of disposition of you're going from like this action adventure to teaching in a classroom.
And I also love that his students are fawning over him. I don't know if you caught the girl with the "love you" on her eyes.
No, I didn't.
She blinks and he like stops and it's written in like whatever, and it just says "love you" on love and then "you" on the other eye. And he's just like, huh? So what's your gripes? You started that and then
I did. I wanted to progress through the movie a little bit more.
I'm sorry, I got excited about the cameo.
They go to Nepal to pick up.
Yes, they go to Nepal to get Marion, who she's there. I love the way she's introduced.
Yeah, absolutely. Drinking contest
to show that like she's better than the average man.
Yeah, and it also sets it up for later for something that kind of makes more sense. She goes from the drinking contest where she's sitting there, she's putting on the act of, oh, I might not be able to put the cup down, I don't know, and then just puts it down. And then immediately goes to standing up, talking, everybody out, all right, get out of here, go on, get it, it's time to go home.
It's 2 a.m, let's get the fuck, I don't actually know if it was, but it's time to get the fuck out of here.
It's late, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Takes her tips, puts it in her book, and and then Indy comes in.
Yeah.
And it's another famous shot of just Indy's silhouette of the leather jacket and the hat, and it's just I love that he's like probably, in my opinion, this might ring true to other people, the second most famous silhouette in cinema. The first being Vader.
Yeah. I can't think off the top of my head. I can't think of any other ones.
It's really hard. Maybe
Vader,
James Bond. Maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably say James Bond #1. Just because of the intros.
I would strongly disagree and put Vader at #1, but that's just because.
I would say James Bond #1 for his intros, for the movie intros. Because, that's the whole silhouette thing.
Yeah, the gun barrel, the boom, and then the silhouette with him in the tuxedo. Yeah.
Exactly. And then it's a bit of a toss-up between Indiana Jones and Darth Vader. So
Yeah.
I would probably say iconic silhouette, maybe Indiana Jones, just because
It's very recognizable.
Yeah.
You know what the hat, the whip, the jacket.
you can always see the goddamn whip.
There's a reason behind it, you know.
Of
Like
course there's a
it's an
reason behind it.
identifier. And it's fucking cool. I
It
mean,
is.
who else uses a whip besides like I don't know, Catwoman? And it's not even as cool
No,
with
it's
her.
not.
It's more sexual
Like
with
a
her.
BDSM whip.
Yeah, it's, just like, it's cool as fuck. It's a bull whip.
Indy's like, ooh, it's a big useful whip.
Yeah. It defies the laws of physics.
Exactly.
But Indy comes in and Marion slaps him. You left me. You weren't here for 10 years. You alienated me and my father. And it's revealed that I don't know if you caught it. It's kind of subtle, but like him and Marion had a relationship 10 years ago, and it probably wasn't
Legal?
it was from
At
the
least-
sounds of it, it wasn't legal.
That would be 1916. So I don't know what the laws were back then.
1920s, and like she's got to be at least 25, maybe 26. So she was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And he's like a 30-year-old, mid 30s. So he was like mid 20s back then. Like, I don't know.
That's
It's
a
a
little-
little creepy.
Yeah.
And it's just so throwaway. You almost miss it.
Oh, I didn't miss that one.
It's you almost miss it. You don't miss it because it's like she even said, "I was a child. You knew what you were doing."
Yeah,
There you go,
very-
victim blaming.
I don't know, Indy. That's a little.
But she goes back to him, so like I got
I still don't know about that one. I wouldn't say that that's a gripe for me, but that's a little.
it's
You see that plays heavily into the Han Solo character. Though.
yes.
Whereas,
Well,
like-
it heavily plays into Harrison Ford because
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but him and Carrie Fisher were hooking up when she was 17.
Yeah.
So like
And he was what, like 30 or something?
yeah, he was mid 30s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not so good.
It was the 80s. It was the 30s.
Yeah.
You know.
It was the best of
Times
times.
it was the worst of times.
Yeah, but then they just, she hops on the plane with them. And
Well,
it's-
that not necessarily. Not yet. They get into the big
Well, the
brawl with the Nepali people and then the German. I forget his name. I always struggle with his name, but the guy with the glasses and the black fedora
Yeah.
and the black suit and
evil German guy.
evil. Exactly. Well, weren't all Germans in this era evil?
Yes.
You know what they did.
Yeah, they kind of, yeah.
They get into the big brawl. People are, well, actually, Indy leaves
Yep.
because he explains that he's looking for the
Bronze medallion.
I forget it's something over the medallion of Ra, the staff of Ra. I forget what it's called.
Something.
Something that it's a headpiece for the staff of Ra.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I know it. I don't have it." And he's like, "All right, well, here's $3,000 or whatever. I'll have $2,000 for you when we hit the States. I'll see." She's like, "Come back in the morning," and he goes away. And then the Germans show up and starts threatening her. And then like the guy pulls out the fire iron and goes to put it in, and then Indy shows up and fucking just starts shooting everybody.
Yep.
And then the
Big
actually
gunfight.
the big gunfight and the bar fight, and they're just punching people. People are getting punched and tossed, and then they set the bar on fire. And I love this little tidbit when the one guy has Indy against the bar, and he's just like, whiskey, and
Yep.
then she hands him the bottle, and he just breaks it over his head.
That's a great moment.
There's a lot of great little moments like that in this movie.
Yeah. My initial gripe is It's hard to tell what's going on where in some of
a
the
little
fight
bit.
scenes. And that's really, it's a cool scene, but it's really hard to tell. This guy's over here doing that. This guy's over here. What happened to that fourth guy? Wasn't there like 6'3" guys? I don't know.
And there's a moment like Indy has his revolver at one point, but then he has like just a regular looking pistol like three
Yeah.
frames later. It's like, how the fuck did he get that pistol?
He definitely had a pistol, a revolver.
The action is fast and it's fluid, and it definitely moves.
You follow Indy more than you follow the fight.
Yeah.
Is really kind of how I would put that.
And Indy's movement is very erratic
Yeah,
as well. Like
extremely. It's just hard to tell. Fight scenes are tough, so it's kind of hard to get everything moving all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my gripes. Takes off of the cinematography of it, not necessarily the movie. Just my gripe.
So the bar burns down. Marion's furious with him because her money goes up, her place of living goes up, and she's like, I forget what she says exactly, but they're partners now, and she reveals she had the medallion the whole time. And before that, what's his nut? Black German guy. Grabbed it. She hung it up before they went to flames, and then he realizes it's there, and it's by fire. He goes to grab it and just fucking shears his hand.
Oh, that
just
must
like,
have been
oh,
awful.
that was a good idea, sir.
Yeah.
That's using your big German brain.
That's one of those, like, why would you think it's still in the fire? It's made of metal. What did you expect
right
was going to
there.
happen? You were just threatening her with an iron. Like, that was dumb.
So then it does. We didn't touch upon this last time, but one of my favorite things that this franchise does is the map with the airplane and the red line
yeah.
of them moving to the next bit.
I do. I kind of like that.
Oh, I love it so much.
I have to wonder how often, how many movies have used that? Because there's a lot of them that have done something like that.
And I don't feel like it originated here either. I feel like that's from old 1920s and 30s adventure serials.
Possibly. I'm not sure.
I mean, obviously, those old adventure serials are the DNA of this. Like
Yeah.
Charlton Heston and Mask of Zorro and all that shit.
Yeah.
So then we go to Cairo.
Yes.
And we get introduced to John Rhys Davies' Sallah.
Yes.
Ah, man, Sallah. I fucking love Sallah.
He's a great character.
He's the standout companion in this movie.
He really is, yeah.
Besides Marion.
I mean, besides, he gets the most screen time.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. But he's also filled with a ton of charisma.
I mean, it's John Rhys Davies.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's fucking right there.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah. There you go. But.
The shot of Cairo in this scene with all the Cairo rooftops, they filmed this in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and in the 80s, they filmed it in modern Cairo. They actually filmed it in Cairo, and in the 80s, everyone has antennas. So they went around this town and removed every single antenna off every building to get that shot.
That's insane. That's crazy. But man, that's definitely worth it because
What a beautiful shot.
yeah, absolutely.
The shots in this movie are so well done.
Yeah. The scenic shots are absolutely well done.
One of the reasons I love this movie and the whole franchise as a whole is just like the scenic shots, the establishing shots of scenes and characters, and this is a an adventure film, and you wouldn't have an adventure without stellar locations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it plays into those locations so well.
And that Egypt, honestly, for everything that they did in Egypt, it was fantastic.
The Egypt bit of this movie, the Cairo
right
scenes,
up until I get to my gripe.
I love so much because it moves very fast.
Yes.
They introduce Salah, and then they go have him and Marion go have a lovely walk across the market, and then
everything goes to shit.
And then everything goes to shit
because of the goddamn monkey.
The German monkey. It's a cute fucking monkey.
Yeah, it adorable. Doesn't end up so well for that monkey though.
That monkey.
So before we get to that, you go into the market. Little monkey goes off and tells the guy like, "Hey, found him. Let's go. You know, we're gonna go get him." And the guy goes back, does the 1936 German salute, and then the monkey does the 1936 German salute, and
and they do it back to the monkey, which I love.
That part is hilarious.
They achieved that by hanging a grape with a fishing pole over the monkey, and just like filmed it 50 times or something, or 30 takes of the monkey just raising its arm trying to get, and they chose the best one.
Oh man, that was hilarious. That caught me really off guard too. So it's like, oh yeah, of course the guy's gonna do it, but then they waited, and it was like, oh, the monkey did it.
And it's the fact that like they say the phrase that goes along with that salute, and the monkey even like does a little like chirp to it, and that's Frank Welker, who does he does Fred and Megatron, and he's a famous voice actor.
Yeah.
That fucking monkey.
That was hilarious.
But it erupts in a chase sequence.
And that's my biggest gripe.
Okay, why? What's your gripe?
I've got a lot of gripes with that. It feels like Scooby-Doo.
It's supposed to.
No.
With the chasing of the basket, and like when he's around the corner, and then suddenly she's over here now, and
and that was.
It's supposed to be a little kooky.
I know that it's supposed to be a little kooky because like you're running around the streets and then it's a big maze. Yeah,
it's a big maze, and he's not from the area, and
he's running and she's yelling, and it's like, okay,
God damn it, Jones. Right, Sophie? You get it.
Oh, Sophie gets it. I'm just not the biggest fan of that Scooby-Doo chase scene. I don't know.
Do you not like Scooby-Doo?
I do like Scooby-Doo, but it's Scooby-Doo. This is supposed to be something else that's not Scooby-Doo. I understand what they were going for. It was just...
But it leads to one of the best. I keep saying everything's the best, but this movie is literally one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It leads to a really great moment with. It actually might have happened before that. I can't remember the placement of it. I literally watched this movie last night and 1,000 times before it, and I don't remember. But when he walks up and into the crowded area, and then it clears, and it's the sword guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "You, come on, we're fighting," or whatever. And then Indy just like shrugs and shoots him.
Yeah. You could absolutely see it on his face that Indiana is so done with this.
Well, I think that has a large to do with the fact that Harrison Ford
was very sick at the time.
Very sick. They had local takeout or whatever, and he had the shits, and he was just like, "What if I just shoot the fucker?" Because he was supposed to like whip the sword out of his hand and then get into a sword fight.
A big fight scene kind of thing that they had choreographed and all that stuff. And he was just like, "Well, you know what? What if I just shoot him? Make this whole thing so much easier."
Which arguably is a better scene.
Yeah.
Because it establishes the character of Indiana Jones as like,
All right, we're getting this over with. Just
Fuck you. You know, like it's just like
yeah.
I don't want to deal with this right now. Just the thought of you gives me a headache. Just shut up.
Just quit it. Boom. My old gripe with that is it goes back after that. It goes back to the fight scene, and he is not nearly as done with the chase as he looks in that scene.
Yeah.
In that fight scene, because in that fight scene, he's like shirts like open, drenched in sweat. He's like, oh man, we're not doing this today. Boom. And then it goes back to the fight scene.
He's got to go get
chase scene.
the lady, you know?
It's not about being done with the situation. It's about like he is not drenched in sweat. He is not consistent with that.
And you know.
Yeah, and
You know.
it's my small gripe, but you know.
I will say at the end of the scene he gives that off because he's very much disheveled after. So Marion hides in a basket and the Germans take the basket, they put it in a truck, and then the truck blows up, and it seems that as if Marion has died.
Yeah.
And Indy's real sad, and he goes to a bar, and he has the monkey, and he's drinking.
And the monkey's drinking with him.
Yep. And he's playing with the monkey, and he's just getting drunk.
Yeah.
And boy, in that moment, he looks like shit.
He looks less like shit than he did in the shoot 'em scene.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I don't think he doesn't look as bad in this entire movie than he did in that scene because he's just like you can tell that man has been battling with the toilet all day.
Yeah. I like and I hate how it just goes straight from the truck going boom straight to him drinking. I love it because it's like I mean you don't have to deal with the oh no, she's dead. Oh no. It just goes straight into yep, she's dead.
I will say the transition to him drinking, it does make it seem like it's more like I had a shit day at the office than oh no, I think I just lost the love of my life.
Yeah. So, you know, still a great like boom, she blows up and you as the audience are like, oh, she probably didn't actually blow up, right?
I don't know. It's very believable because like they don't show the basket being swapped at any point.
Yeah. So it's very me watching it as the first time. I'm kind of like, there's no way that they just blew her up, right? And then it cuts to him drinking, and it's like, well, they might have actually just blown her up. I don't know, man. But of course, with movie logic, if you don't see the body, they're not really dead.
Yeah.
Darth Maul didn't see the body. He got chopped in half. He's not dead.
He was dead, but he wasn't. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, movie logic, my strong, hold fast movie logic. You don't see the body, they're not dead. Can't think of a single time that's failed me. So, well, I guess with Darth Maul, but that was a later thing. So,
it's like 10 years.
It was a long time.
10 years later, they're like, actually,
yes, he got cut in half, but no, he did not die. Hate kept him alive.
I've got things for that, but you know.
I'm a little bit disappointed that I know I immediately off track on Star Wars, but I'm a little bit disappointed that they haven't done more with him.
He's got a show on Disney Plus right now.
Does he?
Yeah, it literally started like last week or this week.
Well, shit, I might have to check that out.
Maul, Lord of Shadows. Ooh, yeah.
Does he have the legs, or does he?
Oh, of course he's got the legs. I mean, he's in Clone Wars and Rebels as well.
Two of them, or?
No, he's got two of them. It takes place after his appearance in Han and Solo.
Okay. Which is, I mean, significantly post getting cut in half.
Yes.
Yes. Anyways, back to Imbiamba.
Indy's drinking all sad in the bar, and then the Germans come up and they're like, "Yeah, let's take you away." And then there's Belloc, and they're going back and forth, and then Indy threatens Belloc, and then he realizes that, oh fuck, everyone in this bar could kill me because he goes to like pull his gun out, and then everyone stands up and pulls their gun out.
Yeah.
And then Salah's 12 children come in and rescue Indy.
Imbiamba, come on.
Uncle Indy, Uncle Indy.
Another mild gripe about that is they say something about killing people. And I don't remember this specifically, but they're like, oh, well, you don't want to kill people. They don't care what we do to each other, but you don't want to kill these people. And it's like, wait a second. He like just 20 minutes ago, he just shot a guy.
I looked this up. There is the body count is 65 in this movie.
Yeah.
11 of those kills are Indy.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he's got quite the body count on him.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of those are towards the end with the Germans.
Yeah.
So
specifically in the Egyptian digging site.
Yeah. So I mean, he was kind of fighting for his life on that one. I won't hold him too high.
Yeah.
So
they go and get the headpiece of the Staff of Ra looked at, and it's revealed that like Salah reveals to Indy that Belloc and his crew have the staff and the headpiece of Ra, but it's a replica, and he's like, I don't understand how they got it. It's like, it looks like yours, but it's more jagged, and I forget the measurement of the staff. I think it was 72 inches.
I don't remember.
And then the old guy they're talking to, it reveals that it's this amount of height, and then you have to subtract this amount of height. So Indy's like, oh, the staff is wrong. They're digging in the wrong place. And then you get one of my favorite lines from this movie is, so there's a scene where the evil eye patch guy who has the German oops.
Almost.
the evil German monkey.
Yeah.
The evil German monkey, and then he pours poison over some dates.
Oh yeah.
And then Indy goes to throw a date in his mouth after the excitement of learning that Belloc has the wrong measurement. And Salah looks over and notices the monkey's dead, and he snatches the date out of the air, and it's like, bad dates. His bad dates. I was like, bad dates. It's so simple. I love it so much. I've said it so many times. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, bad dates.
Indiana Jones. That's a great.
There's a few of those throughout the franchise. Like, another one of my favorites comes from Last Crusade, when he's like, no ticket. And I'm not going to put context to it, but like, if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about.
I have not seen that movie, so I have no idea. Yeah, I like how earlier Salah was talking about how they were, the Germans were basically using any manual labor. They're not using actual, reputable is the best maybe word to say, reputable diggers. They're just,
taking up anyone who will work for them.
Go dig, and they're paying pennies and all that kind of stuff. Because I believe Salah's, Indiana says, oh, hey, you're the best digger in the area, right?
No wonder they got you, Salah.
Yeah. And,
Salah's basically like, they're really not thinking about the best. They're just using whoever.
Cheap, yeah. Cheap, paying them pennies, all that stuff. I'm so sorry about the fucking story.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, I know. Normally I'm fairly good at... It's a fucking chore to keep bugs out of this house, let me tell you.
I hear you. You're fine, Dan. Shit happens.
Yeah. I like how they sneak into the place though, because that whole they're just hiring anybody that they can find, sets up how they go in, and
Yeah.
you're not wondering like, how did you sneak into this?
Indy just throws on clothes to blend in with everyone else.
Yep.
And then they go to the area. They go to the map room, and I love the scene of them putting the stuff in. They approach the map room, and then they're just like kicking the dirt, and they're twiddling their thumbs a little bit, just like do. Indy goes over, drops in the staff into the map room. And they drop the rope, and then Sala gets in position, and he just jumps down.
That was really good because it's like they're obviously behind like barbed wire.
Yeah,
it's like you're not supposed to be there.
And meanwhile, there's just a bunch of shit going on in the background. It's like nobody notices this.
Yeah, and then eventually,
yeah. But
somebody...
like, it's the subtle physical humor in this movie that I love so much.
Yeah,
because this movie is actually it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it really
in certain
is.
parts.
As many 80s action movies are.
It's got some good laughs.
Yeah. You got to balance the action with the laughs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like how Indiana gets like stuck down there. He goes and does his thing. I do like the special effects from the staff, how the sun catches it right, and there's the beam of light that points straight to exactly where it is.
This is my gripe with this movie. I love this movie so much. It's one of my favorite films. However, it's just like, so the whole purpose is that there's a miniature map of the city of Tanis.
Yes.
That then you have the headpiece of Ra put on the staff, and you put the staff at the right time in the map room, in the right place, and the sun at a certain point of time will shine on it, thus leading you to the location of the Well of Souls that leads you to the Ark of the Covenant. Why would they make that?
What do you mean?
Like, you don't remember where you put it? Because they didn't know that the city of Tanis was going to get covered in literal hundreds of thousands of feet of sand and lost. It's like they built it for treasure hunters hundreds of thousands of years into the future.
I mean, kind of, sort of. Well, so why would they put the snakes in the...
They didn't put the snakes in there,
They
though.
did put the snakes in there.
They didn't, because if later it shows that they're seeping out of the wall because there's a hole in the back of the Well of the Souls that the snakes are getting into.
But why was there a hole in the wall?
It had eroded over time.
To put the snakes in.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen that as the snakes were put there intentionally.
I saw that as the snakes were put there
I always
intentionally.
figured that the snakes came in by accident.
Because with all of the traps in the first temple that they're in, like at the beginning of the movie, there's what, like 300,000 different traps with all of the different stones and the spikes that obliterate people.
The light trap that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that one. Sure. We're gonna go with that. Sure, somehow that works. But yeah, like that struck me. And Egyptian tombs are famous for their actual legitimate traps in real life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, to me, that struck me as intentional. Sure, yeah. How are they going to keep putting snakes in there? Don't worry about it. It's an action movie.
Just the map room never bothered me until this watch through. I was like, I don't know why that's bugging me so much this time, but it is.
And it's also one of those, this is such a big, holy thing that it's like, okay.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Where did we put it?
We're not going to intentionally advertise, hey, by the way, we've got this super powerful thing that lets you talk to God. We're going to hide it, but in the future, at some point, that knowledge, the knowledge of where it may potentially be lost.
And also, someone spent time on this miniature, man.
Oh yeah, like a lot of time. That was a really cool miniature, I gotta say. 10 out of 10.
Like, someone was hired. The Pharaoh hired someone to, like, you know, do that.
Really
shit.
give some details. Yeah.
But then Sala gets detained by some German soldiers, and he gets his rope taken away. And they're like, "What are you doing? Get back to work." Yada yada yada. So Sala's got to go find a bunch of shit. And I love this because they do the reveal. Indy finds the location of the Well of Souls, and then he's like, "All right, Sala, it's time to go, Sala." And then he drops down the bed sheets with a certain flag at the end of it, and Indy's just like, "What the fuck?"
That was a really good one. Just like, wait a second. Now, I'm. You know what? No, never mind.
So then it cuts to them digging the Well of Soul, and we get that iconic shot that I gushed about at the beginning of the episode of the silhouette in the background and the storm rolling in, and it's just like, it's iconic.
I will say it is iconic.
It's so iconic, Dan. It's so iconic.
It bothers me a little smidgy bit.
Why? Why? It's so cool. It's a black silhouette, and he's just like, he's got the head.
In the context of the movie. In the context of the movie, they're in the middle of the German camp, and they're up on a mound, not in a little pit, up on a mound where you can visibly in the night sky see these people working, digging away. They've got torches and shit.
And, you know, all the soldiers have taken off for the night, and all the other diggers are gone, you know.
Just a gripe.
Well,
But-
your gripe is applied to the next morning
Yes,
when
I know.
they notice them, so.
and they're just like, oh hey, we made it all the way through the night, but oh hey, look, they just opened the thing. Hey guys, I think we better go check out what those guys are looking at. They might be onto something, huh?
Why are you from Fargo?
I don't know. I've been watching. There's a guy who does comedy skits for YouTube Shorts. He does a bunch of Midwest.
I think I know the guy you're talking about.
Probably, yeah. And it's just, I just watched a skit from him, so the voice is kind of stuck in my head, and it's one of the easiest accents for me because
You're right.
semi-Midwest, so, you know. Come on, guys.
Something we haven't touched on yet, which I'm shocked by because it's very important to the film, and that is the music by Mr. the GOAT himself, Johnny Williams.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
I mean, if it's a Spielberg movie, you got John Williams involved, and
it's a George Lucas movie.
John Williams is involved, so
And then, psh,
the score in this is iconic. You know, the famous Indiana Jones theme song, and then just the love song, the love theme through it for Marion, and then the kind of eerie music, like when they're digging for the Well of Souls. I can't even recreate it, but
it is.
it adds a layer to this movie that really makes it feel more alive than it already is.
Absolutely. It's really, it's something that you notice it. Of course you notice it because
It's a character on itself.
yes, exactly. It is telling some of the story along with what you're seeing and
Exactly.
that's
so well put. It brings it up a whole like score.
like if this was just like some random music, this movie would
Not work as well.
not be that. I mean, it would still be pretty good, but it wouldn't be like, oh my god, guys, Indiana Jones.
I mean, there's a reason they do this movie with live symphonies and
Yeah.
orchestras and shit like that,
because
the music is iconic.
it's worth it.
I mean, John Williams is iconic.
yeah, absolutely.
But so they get into the Well of Souls, and it's all this like, why is the floor moving? And then they throw torches down, and we skipped over this part, but they established earlier in the film Indy's afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
And there's so many snakes across the bottom of the Well of Souls, and then he's just like, why is it snakes?
I like how with the spiders he was fine, but he gets into the plane and he's like, there's a snake in here.
Well, I forgot to bring this up with the spider bit that we kind of glossed over, but those were real tarantulas, and they put them on everyone's back, and they were just kind of like not moving, that they looked fake. They had to put a Fimo on there, and they all went berserk. That's when they started moving. Like, oh, there's a woman. We gotta move. You know,
gotta be interesting.
So Indy drops down in the Well of Souls, and all the snakes. He starts spraying gas everywhere, and then there's that cobra that pops up. It's a real cobra, and they just put a very thin sheet of plexiglass between Harrison Ford and the cobra.
Okay.
So, and Harrison Ford's like, I'm not afraid of snakes, but it was terrifying.
Those things are massive and terrifying.
I forget who the guy was, but this scene was very difficult to film because they used real snakes, and I don't remember which snake it was, but I think his name was Tomlin or something. Bit this guy, and he's just very calmly, it's like, get it off me. Take the end of the snake and crack it, and it'll release it. And the assistant did just that, and he's just like, all right, I need a medical exam. Like, I need help.
I need anti-venom.
I need help.
Yeah, don't like snakes, though. I don't. Not a fan.
I don't like spiders.
Spiders are okay. Spiders are okay as long as they're not on me.
Snakes are okay as long as they're not poisonous.
Venomous.
Whatever. I know, there's a difference. So, this is going to be a long episode.
That's okay.
So,
it was a surprisingly long movie. I did not realize how long.
It's an hour and 51 minutes.
It felt way longer.
It flies by.
It does. Now, it's not a complaint, because it was a very long movie, and it did feel perfectly, runtime was perfectly fine. But I remember getting up, like, a couple of times and being like, wow, there's this much left in the movie? Holy crap, this is long.
See, I had the opposite, where, like, I know this movie, I've seen it a lot of times, and there was a moment I paused it, and it's like, oh, it's got 12 minutes left. I was like, 12 minutes, really? I feel like we still have a lot more ground to cover. And it was like, and those last 12 minutes, like, moved quick.
Yeah. I mean, the end of the movie is very...
Doop, 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 done.
Yep. Doop, 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 doop. That's
like,
it.
even at this point, this is like the halfway point of the film. Maybe it's like an hour and 15 minutes in. But from this point, the movie really moves.
Yeah. It picks up pace
because
quite a bit.
Then Saul and Indy, they go reveal the Ark of the Covenant, and they get it lifted up and boxed up and out of the Well of Souls, and then the Germans wake up, and they come and discover that, oh, they're still in there. And something we missed is it's revealed Marion still alive.
Yep.
And she starts drinking with Belloc, and then she tries to escape, and
does not get far.
Doesn't get far. I love that when they're drunk and they're just laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And
just
and then the black coat guy comes in, and I love the fake out. This got kind of a laugh from me, because he pulls out a chain, and it's like, oh no, he's about to torture her. And then he turns it into a coat hanger, and he puts his jacket on it, and it's just like, that's funny. Like, I laughed so hard at that. So then they push Marion into the Well of Souls, and then her and Indy are trapped down there, and she's screaming at Indy, and he's like, I need to think. And then they push the one statue into the wall, and because Indy realizes it's weak, because that's where all the snakes are coming from. And then that leads us into the airfield where they're taking...
Just a quick side note. Of course, literally where they come out is staring at the runway.
Oh, yeah, it's exactly where they need to be.
Honestly, it's not even where they need to be.
It is, though, because that's where they're taking the Ark out.
No, because they were going to take it to a truck.
No, the truck happens after.
Oh.
So they were going to load it onto the plane and take it back to Germany, but because Indy interrupts and does his Indiana Jones things and, destroys the plane, they load it onto the truck, and they're going to put it on a boat and send it back to Germany.
Okay, because I thought after the plane scene, he talks to Sala, and Sala's like, yeah, they're going to put it on a truck.
They do. They do that in direct response to what Indy did.
Okay, that makes more sense now. Because originally I was like, oh, so they came out at the plane. All right, but they were actually going to take it on a truck. Okay, that makes sense.
And then Sala's like, oh, they're loading it on a truck. And then Indy's like, what truck? And then that leads Indy to jump on a horse, which, fun tidbit about this horse thing, this is how badass Harrison Ford was and it continues to be. So when they were doing the horse stunt and his hat kept flying off and they couldn't figure out how to keep his hat on there. They duct taped it. They tried a bunch of different tricks and his hat would not stay. So Harrison Ford got annoyed and he's like, "Get me a stapler," and stapled the hat to his head.
God damn. That is a Chad move.
Harrison Ford's crazy, dude. Yeah. I love him so much.
Absolutely.
And then it leads to this great sequence with
the truck.
With the truck. Indy goes straight for that truck, jumps on it, and he just starts beating the fuck out of the dudes in the cabin. Some really great choreographing from this whole stunt team.
Absolutely.
He throws the one dude out and then punches the other dude in the face, and then the driver throws Indy out of the truck into the front of the truck, and then Indy gets down off the truck and the one piece is broken, and he's like, "Oh, I can't grab that or I'll eat shit." So he grabs onto the wheel well and then starts slowly working his way down underneath the truck. And Ashley kind of watched this with me. She's seen this 1,000 times too, so she kind of watched this with me, and I was talking to her. I was like, would what he is doing actually be possible? Because he's underneath the truck grabbing certain parts of it and slowly working his way down as the truck is going presumably 40, 50 miles per hour. And I'm like, I just don't think that's physically possible without a harness.
It is possible, but your core muscles would have to be literal steel.
Well, apparently Indy's is.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen him?
I mean, that's fair.
But yeah, no. He does get dragged under the truck though. So that was a decent part of it, is that he goes under the truck, but he's being drugged through the sand basically. Which I kind of liked, because you can tell it looks like he's actually getting dragged through the sand.
Yeah.
Like Harrison Ford is being dragged through the sand. Just he was slowly working his way up the whip.
Oh, and, yeah, that's when he attaches the whip to the wheel well, and then they
just slowed it, sped up the footage. Mm-hmm. But it looks like he's really getting dragged through the sand. I don't know if he was, but it was very convincing.
Then he gets onto the truck, and there's German soldiers on this truck, right? That he then proceeds to beat the fuck out of.
He beats up
in the back of the truck. I can't remember.
No, because it was the last guy that came from the back, went up to the front and kicked him out.
Okay, yeah. Because he kicks both out, gets control of the truck.
Yeah.
And then dude in the back kicks him out, and then Indy does the same thing to him.
Yep. Except he ends up on the front of the truck and then just falls.
And then we get the famous Wilhelm scream.
Ah!
Yeah.
And visibly gets run over.
Run over. And then Indy crashes the truck. And I forget.
Well, he crashes the car.
Oh, he crashes into the car. He speeds up, crashes the car. And then he gets away with the truck.
Yes.
And then he takes it back to Salah's place. And then he hides the truck. And I don't, like, this is not a gripe, but it's like, they just knew he was going to come with that truck, and then so they move it all in and then hide it. For me, that's very Scooby-Doo.
So, yeah, I will agree with that. But he does set that up because he tells Marion. And what is it?
Marion.
Yeah.
Anyways,
what did I say?
Miriam.
He tells Marion, and I believe Saul is still there, hey, you two go get us transportation. I'm going to go get the truck, or whatever he says. And so presumably
Salah set it up.
Saul set it up.
Yeah.
Now, how would he know that that's going to happen? I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's movie logic.
Reliable friend, you know?
Exactly.
Reliable friend.
He sets it up perfectly. Somehow Indy knew exactly where to go, exactly which garage was open, and worked out. Don't worry about it.
The Germans come in, see no Indy, leave, everyone cheer. Woo!
Yippee.
Salah arranges for them to get on a boat and leave.
That's manned by pirates?
She calls them pirates,
Yeah.
but I don't get the sense that they are pirates.
I
just feel like they're a cargo ship.
Yeah, I don't...
Because they seem official. I mean, they got white uniforms on, and he's wearing the captain hat.
I mean, how official do you get with a boat? I don't know.
I don't know, but to me they seem like a cargo ship.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That was my thought. Maybe because of the color of the captain, they thought pirate. I don't know. But
so they get there, and then him and Marion have a really cute scene with she's looking in the mirror, and then he's trying to figure it out, and the one side of the mirror is all fucking like
gross.
So she flips it and fucking just nabs him right in the face, and he screams, very laugh out loud. But then they have a good cute scene where she's like, it hurts everywhere, I just want to sleep. And he's like, well, where doesn't it hurt? And she's like, right here. And she kisses his his elbow, right here, kisses his head, right here, kisses his lips.
Yeah.
And then they make out a little bit, and then she wants to get a little further, but he falls asleep. Typical man.
Absolutely.
And then they wake up in the morning, and the boat is stopped. Indy goes to investigate. German soldiers raid the ship, take Marion, take the Ark.
Now, I was a little bit confused because it cuts to the Ark, and there's a little fire flamey effect.
Yeah.
I'm very confused at what was going on there.
I feel like that's the power of the Ark leaking out.
And cleansing the 1936 German stuff.
Yeah.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It's like either it could be taken one of two ways. Either it's cleansing it of evil, or it's just the Ark is so powerful that it can't be contained by just like mere wood. So it's like almost burning its way out slowly.
So it looks very intentionally like over the words and letters. So
it's intentional over the symbol because it starts at the symbol, but then they're lifting it up out of the storage area. It's the shape of the Ark is the burn. I don't know if you caught that.
No, because that was also kind of more or less the shape of the words as well.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of got me a little bit confused. So maybe
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's up for audience interpretation.
A little bit.
Unless they explained it somewhere, which they could have.
Feel like, I mean, it's 1980s, 1936 Germans bad. I could see that as cleansing the evil. So
The ultimate bad guy, some would say.
pretty much, that would fit. But yeah, that just confused me a little bit because it seemed to stop at that. But I guess thinking about it a little bit makes sense.
So they take the Ark and Marion over to the German U-boat. They can't find any on the cargo ship, and then the one dude's like, "Oh, I found him," and he realizes he's on the U-boat, which
It's really funny.
really funny. And also, they then end up going to this island, and I just like Indy's just like attached this thing the whole time.
So I'm thinking that they may not have been able to get the Ark through the porthole, the manhole.
So they have it up top.
So they had to keep it up top. And of course, they're not going to submerge.
Submerge.
Also, something about submarines is that submarines for the time were more, you could submerge for a period of time. But they had diesel electric engines. So you could submerge, but you still have to have exhaust go somewhere for diesel engine. So in order to do that, you would have to be surfaced. So,
Interesting.
I mean, that's maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know.
The plot says
Yes.
Indy needs to breathe. So,
Yeah.
we're staying afloat.
We're staying up.
They get to this small island. They dock into it must be like
It was like a secret
Ye-
1936 German base.
and Indy beats the uniform. The Indy beats the one guy to get his uniform too small, and then another guy comes up and he's like, "Ha!" punches him.
So
grabs a hat.
I like that scene because the
I do
guy
too.
is visibly like berating him about his
Hey,
uniform.
uniform.
Just being like,
You're
"Ah,"
slob and it's not buttoned and you don't have a hat, and he's just like,
and he's like sitting there trying to do everything. And he's like, you know what? I've had enough of this.
"Fuck you!" And I love how he just grabs the hat, lands in his hands,
Yeah,
puts it on, then presumably takes his uniform.
yeah, because it fits a little bit,
A bit
better.
better. And then Indy sneaks along, and they're marching. They're gonna go perform a ritual. They call it the Jew ritual, which was added because George Lucas and Steven Spielberg felt like they didn't get enough of the German hatred in the movie, so they just threw that line in there. And then Indy sneaks up to a cliff, and he starts threatening to blow up the Ark with a rocket launcher.
So, slight tidbit, I would have to look at exactly what that is, but that's an RPG
Yes.
meant to look like a Panzerfaust. Or not meant to look like, but like meant to represent a
Okay.
Panzerfaust. Because 1936 Germans had something similar. Let me see. They had something that looked like that,
Okay.
which looks roughly like,
Really similar.
yeah, but what Indy had, I believe, was like an RPG 3. Basically, the Russian or the Soviet design for previous to RPG-7. Just a quick little tidbit
About guns,
About-
which Dan knows a lot about.
guns.
Still a fun little tidbit. As Indy's threatening him, the scene, I don't know if you caught this. The actor who plays Belloc is talking, and there's a shot on his face, and a fly comes in the scene, lands on his face, goes into his mouth, and he just fucking owns it and keeps talking.
I totally caught that. I wasn't sure if I was seeing things. I was like, did that just happen? Or
Oh yeah.
was that a fly on my TV? I don't know.
So it's a fun little thing that Steven Spielberg did. Not the fly. The fly was just happenstance to land on his thing and go in his mouth.
Just
But the
went
actor,
straight in his mouth.
the actor said, like, everyone thought I swallowed that. I didn't swallow it. It flew out of my mouth when I said the word bad, and it caught that on film. But Steven thought it was so fucking hilarious, so he cut that out to make it seem like he swallowed it.
So fucking funny. 'Cause, I mean, what are the chances? Also, it is an RPG 2, not an RPG 3.
They do look very similar.
Yeah. Just something that they prop department probably had
The real heroes.
an RPG 2. It looks close enough to a Panzerfaust. Let's just send it. And it looks... Panzerfaust is supposed to be held, like, under your arm in a, like...
And he's holding it over.
Yeah, like you would with an RPG. So it's more intimidating, and I feel like a lot more people would know the intimidation of over the shoulder versus like under their crook of your arm kind of deal. Because Americans in World War II had the bazooka, which was over the shoulder. I'm sorry, I'm ranting about guns.
No,
but
it could also be like Indy's an American, so he doesn't know how to properly hold it.
but it's an RPG too.
Yeah,
Visibly, it is.
You know, you could just knock that up to being like, oh, he doesn't know where to hold. That's silly American.
No, that's the Soviet RPG too.
Anyways,
not a Panzerfaust.
we're continuing and moving on. Indy threatens to blow up the Ark, and Belloc calls Indy's bluff. He's like, all right, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do
and
it.
he doesn't, so they take him and Marion and tie him up, and they perform the ritual.
Yes, I do like the speech that Belloc has about how we are people, we're just moving through time.
Yes,
This,
I do too.
This is history. Yeah. Oh, it was history. We're moving through history. This is history. And then he's like, yeah, you're right.
Two really good lines that we missed earlier is I'm just making this stuff up as we go along.
Yep.
One, Sully's like, what are you going to do when he goes after the truck? And he's like, I don't know, I'm just making this stuff up as I go. And then it's not the mileage, honey, or it's not the years, honey, it's the mileage.
Yeah.
When him and Marion are having their cute little romantic scene, which Harrison Ford ad-libbed.
That was great. That was
Yeah, it was a
good.
great line. Harrison's got some good ones over the
Oh,
years.
he sure does.
So then him and Marion are tied up, and the Germans are doing their thing, and they take off the top of the Ark, and it's just revealed that it's dust. And then the one German dude is getting mad, and then a spooky storm starts to brew, and then Indy's like, Marion, close your eyes and don't open them no matter what you hear. And then ghosts start to come, and they're all like, we've achieved it, yada, yada, yada. And then all hell breaks loose because a giant lightning bolt comes out, kills all the German soldiers, and then the one dude's head, like, shrivels, like, and then the black torture guy, his face melts.
Yep.
And then Belloc's head explodes.
Yep.
Which the face melting used to give me nightmares.
That is a grade A effect.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I did a little trivia reading and I wanted to look up how they did that and I forget how they did it. But it's so good. They actually had to speed it up a little bit because this film initially got an R rating
Oh.
because of that scene. And they had to put the flame effect over Balak's head exploding because they thought it was too graphic.
I mean, that's still really...
It's very graphic.
Yeah.
And actually, they let us watch this when I was in elementary school as like a fourth grader. And I know it's PG, but like PG from the 80s is a different meaning to PG nowadays. So it's like, I was watching this last night. I was like, how the fuck did we watch this in school? Because like, especially with the propeller, and then like when Indy gets shot, his blood is on the windshield. It was like,
fair, the propeller bit is not as bad.
no, but it sprays blood, and I was just like, how did we watch this in school?
That's a fair question. To me, that head exploding thing was, even still with the fireball covering it up, that was still pretty
Pretty graphic.
oh boy, that
Yeah.
was quite eventful. Yeah.
So that pretty much wraps up the movie. We then go back to DC, and they
One final comment: the the flame going around Indy and Marion. Fuck.
It's okay.
I actually tried that time. Marion. That flame effect. Oh boy, that was pretty bad.
I mean, special effects in the 80s.
Yeah. Out of all of the effects in the movie.
So that wraps up the movie pretty much. We go to DC.
Yes, it does. And it gets to one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie, the part where it's over. No. I like how it gets back and Indy's just like, oh man, what are you guys going to do with this? You understand what this thing is, right? Like, you don't know what you're messing with.
It's really powerful and it's really important. It needs to be studied.
Porkins is just like, we've got our top men on this.
Ah,
It's
yes.
like, who are these men?
Top men.
And then it cuts to, I think it's them walking out of the place, just being like, man, these people, they don't know what they're doing. And then it
Bureaucratic bullshit.
goes to the box, just being stuffed in a warehouse, just in a ginormous warehouse filled with boxes.
Well, that warehouse is eventually revealed to be Area 51, but
That's
don't know
in
that.
Crystal Skull.
Yes.
Because I remember that. Because I remember when I was watching Crystal Skull, everybody was like, holy shit.
It's
oh
the
my
Ark.
God, this is such a big deal. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Imbiamba.
One little fun fact I didn't get to.
Ooh,
Did you
yeah.
know who was almost Indiana Jones?
No.
They wanted to cast Tom Selleck of Magnum PI fame and very famous mustache. But he couldn't do it because of his contractual obligations to Magnum, so Harrison did it.
Yeah, I think Harrison was
Right choice.
grade A choice.
George didn't want to use him again because he's like, I used him in the last two films. I don't want to be the guy who constantly casts Harrison Ford. But Steven was like, he's great.
He's perfect. Do it. Do it.
So that's a podcast.
No, this is a movie club.
Whatever.
Anyways, if you guys have ideas for other movies, which Indiana Jones movie do you want to see us do? Or which Indiana Jones is your favorite?
Like, comment, subscribe, do all the other jazz.